What's going on, everybody? Let me get this phone situated here. Let's see here. Plug me up, get me some juice going on. All right. So, did I make the right decision leaving Prime? I've got several messages, DMs, about why I left Prime, why I did this, what did they do to me, and sorry, I'm getting loaded, guys. That's why I'm bouncing. But just want to let you know that so far so good. Prime is a great company to start with, a great company to finish with, if that's what your cup of tea is. And I have no quarrels with Prime at all. I can say that what I'm doing now, what's up, Kenworth? What I'm doing now with NFI on the Heaven Hill Distillery account, it's working out perfect. I mean, it's working out good, guys. I mean, it's so far so good. But I will tell you that making the transition, I questioned myself because, with this whole pandemic stuff, people got to eat. Do you have good bourbon for me? Actually, they're loading some glassware right now. I just now dropped off the bourbon I had in Highland Park, Michigan. So I came down here to Winchester, Indiana, and now I'll pick up glassware and I'll take it back to the distillery for them to do bottling tonight. But it's a big change. It's a big change, and what I mean by it's a big change is, when you go from at least reefer side OTR, when you go into a shipper or receiver, I mean, you plan on being there, I would say a minimum of 2 hours. I mean, sometimes you get in it earlier than that, and can take as long as I've stayed at a receiver for 8 hours before. You got to worry about damaged stuff, rejected stuff, whatever it may be. And with so far so good on this account is, I just literally dropped in the door. Good morning, Dale. Dropped in the door. I've been here a total of 13 minutes and they're loading me. Now, it'll take probably, 20-30 minutes to load me, but that's just my 30-minute break. Because I can tell you, I started my appointment this morning was at 6 a.m. while I parked up at the place, and got in at 5, got out in like 20 minutes. Dirt Farmer, what's up? And basically ran down here, which was like 4 hours away. Then going back to the distillery is about 5.5 hours away. So the things that I'm seeing here is, sometimes I got to use my whole clock to get home, but once I do everything like I should, I'll be home today by 4 o'clock, hopefully 5, 4, 5, something like that. But that's what sorry, I'm putting an address over here. So that's the good thing about this. So to kind of give you an example is, so I ran to Iowa, dropped off a load in Iowa, and done a backhaul and picked up, when I say backhaul, taking it back to Bardstown. And actually it was so they broker out some stuff, and it was soy flour for Alltech. Everybody knows Alltech if you're in Kentucky. Alltech's huge and worldwide, really, but I know they're big in Kentucky. But dropped that. That was a live unload. Then went back to Bardstown, picked up my loaded trailer already, and had to go to Michigan, and it did not deliver until Friday at 6 a.m. Today at 6 a.m. I got home Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and I was home until Thursday till probably about noon. Then I'll be home tonight all weekend. So that's definitely a big perk of this job. But now, when I was saying that I was a little skeptical on, dang hell I am. So when I was saying how skeptical I am as far as leaving Prime and coming here, that I think just change. I think that's the biggest thing is, people don't, you're just scared of change. And that's me and everybody else. I like to be secure. I knew that everybody complained about, oh, you don't make any money with Prime. Oh, you don't make any money leasing or whatever it may be. And, I make good money, guys. Now, and I make good money here too. And now I got, good benefits here. Get paid vacation, get personal time off as well. So it's just really whatever floats your boat. But for me, it was tough to make the transition just because of the uncertainty of Prime being my first driving job, really, OTR, and then me scaling back and going company and really making the same amount of money that I was making with Prime. That was the uncertainty that I was questioning myself with. So, but everything so far so good. So far so good. It's been super nice. And guys, if you're in the Bardstown area, region, Lexington, Louisville, Ohio, I just talked to a guy that was from Ohio, and they got a pretty good bonuses now for you guys. I think a $2,500 sign-on bonus, I think is what it is, and it's, I think it's a pretty good gig myself. But I just wanted to come on here, tell you guys that nothing happened with Prime. No bad stuff to say about Prime. I would say probably the only bad stuff that I have to say about Prime is, I would say, when, of course, it's the pandemic. So, this is during this whole pandemic stuff. But I set a lot. And for food, I didn't think that would happen, but I set more than I, let's see what it say. How many on-duty hours are you running a week so far? That's a good question. That is a good question. I don't know that, Mississippi, but I will get back with you on that. Yeah, I hear that on the change, just bought 8 acres, so going to stay with Prime through another lease while building out there, and we'll make a change too. OTR is no life unless it goes. That's good. That's good, Eric. And the biggest thing that I could say about Prime is, being able to go to all these different states and just be able to explore different areas, different parts of town. That was a big perk. That was really a big perk. Last week, Friday, our daughter got married, and I had only been here a week. And I told them ahead of time, had no issues, got off for the wedding, no questions asked. My supervisor actually called me yesterday and was like, hey, I just want to kind of go over, you've been here for 14 days now. It's going on your third week. Just want to kind of see how things are going, and is your home time what you're expecting? Yes, I'm a company driver now. Correct. Yeah. Company driver. I would really say more. It's not really regional, but I wouldn't really call it OTR either. They go to Maine and they do all kinds of other things just for home time purposes. They try to only get you out like 600, 700 miles. Then they'll do a backhaul back. Then you'll go down to the Indiana plant and pick up glass, drop off some pallets, or whatever it may be. But hey, as long as they keep me busy. And in the miles, Mississippi, I will tell you what I'm averaging right now, anywhere from 2 to 2,500 miles, and that's what I ran pretty much. But you are happier now. I think the happier now is just because I get a lot more time with my family. It's nothing to do with OTR or whatever. I think the biggest downfall with OTR is, I would stay out, 6, 10 weeks. And when I said, hey, I want to go home, they got me home, but it was, they would message me and be like, can you take this right here? I got somebody around hours, or, it felt like that, that they didn't really appreciate. Well, my time off at home, don't bother me. I mean, don't call me, don't do anything. I've been out here running this much. When I go home, it's home time. Leave me alone, just whatever. So that's how I felt, and that happened to me quite a bit. And the biggest thing with when I switched over to my new DM, which I realized, but he was real big on, the emergency fund. How much money you got in the emergency? Man, don't worry about my money. I mean, don't worry about that. I mean, but he really did. I mean, that was something that we had issues with. When I would want to go home, staying out, because I'm like, dude, if I'm in the hole, I'm in the hole. I'll come out next week. It's not a big deal. Quit sweating it. I mean, are you paying the payment? I mean, that's the way I felt. But that's just my 2 cents. But life out here is good. I just fill up. I mean, everything else is the same, guys. The only thing that's different that I like actually better on this truck than on the Prime truck is they actually have the battery power APU, and man, that's pretty sweet. And not having to hear the reefer run all the time. I mean, it's like boom boom. It's easy. It's easy. Just bumping docks, open the doors, pumping fuel. What is this guy doing? Oh, he keeps on blowing his glass off. That's what he's doing. I don't know if you guys hear that or not, but it's happened quite a bit. At the doctor's got to go there, calling for me. Have a good day. Be a safe, brother. Good deal. Hope everything goes well at the doctor for you, Kenworth. But I still got some videos that I'm trying to do, but I had to take all my equipment off the windshield because I got a little crack in it over here, and they supposed to be. This is the 3rd week. The first week they didn't show up. The second week they said they couldn't find the key. So I told them this time that if they had any issues to call me. But I had to take all my equipment stuff off the windshield. So that's the reason why I haven't been putting out any videos. But as soon as I get that back and I'm able to mount everything back up, I'll get back into uploading the new videos with the different scenery and just kind of showing you some of the stuff, the different places. A lot of stuff that I'm doing right now is like I'm going into a lot of state-owned facilities, such as like, you know, the ABC for different states. And so the place that I went to yesterday, they were basically a distributor to the Michigan area, so I'll supply them with that, then they distribute it out to amongst their customers. So, but I like it, guys. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of this PeopleNet. Now, everybody talked about Navigo, about the navigation. Of course, I run my own GPS and stuff, but you know, obviously I kind of test out and see what they got and everything. The Navigo, I would say, you know, it was questionable. The thing I liked about the Navigo was it was pretty accurate on the location. So sometimes if, you know, it wasn't at the 123 Main Street, that you had to go down a little bit for the truck entrance. That's what I liked about the Navigo. That was pretty accurate compared to this PeopleNet. This PeopleNet, man, it's crazy. It like the navigation on that one, I don't even turn it on anymore. It's so useless. But still running the Garmin, still running the Rand McNally, and the good thing too that I like about this new truck is I'm able to put a 3,000 watt inverter in here. Now, I may not ever use a total 3,000 watts, but I won't have a 1,500 watt amp or inverter that basically starts humming all the time when I'm, you know, cooking or whatever. But to be honest with you, I don't cook a whole lot on the truck anymore, just because I'm really not on the truck hardly. I'm usually home, you know, 2 or 3 days a week, and what I'll probably end up doing is basically just getting making some sandwiches and stuff and just putting them on the truck as I come on the truck, because I currently do not have a refrigerator, and the area is so small that the passenger seat doesn't slide up and back, that I don't see myself getting a refrigerator in here, but maybe just like a good cooler. I've got an Igloo cooler in here, a small one, but it really, I mean, it ain't worth a nickel. I mean, like, I spent 20 bucks on it, and the ice literally melts before the next morning. So I wouldn't advise on getting an Igloo. They're cheap, you get what you pay for, but yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, guys, I'm just kind of rambling now, but I just want to let this video out there for the people that were asking me questions. So you guys be safe, have a good one, have a great weekend.